Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another video. Tonight, I'd just like to try and review this film which I watched last night on the big screen in my cinema room. The film was made in 1984, and it stars Tom Hanks. And this is the film here, which is Bachelor Party. It was directed by Neil Israel, and it's basically about a school bus driver played by Tom Hanks, who decides to tie the knot with his longtime girlfriend, Debbie, played by Tony Kitten. Tony Kitten is perhaps most famous for being the girlfriend of the lead singer of Whitesnake at one point, David Coverdale, and she featured in some of his music videos, Whitesnake music videos. But anyway, he decides to get married, and his wacky friends decide to throw a bachelor party for him, and that's where things start going a bit pear-shaped, because Debbie's parents don't care for Tom Hanks too much, especially his dad doesn't care for him too much, and this friend of the family, who also has a thing for Debbie, he wants to get with Debbie, and he's trying to, well, Debbie's father has a word with him to put pressure on him to try and put pressure on Tom Hanks to not marry Debbie, and he plays a few pranks on them and stuff to mess up the tries to mess up the bachelor party, and basically well, there's one key scene at the start where one of the friends tried to hire some hookahs for the party, and he does it successfully to start with, but then the friend of the family, I think he's called Cole, steps in. He comes in after he's made the deal, and he says his friend has made a mix-up or something, and he says the address has changed. You got to send the hookahs here instead, and he gets them to send them to the Debbie's parents' house, where they're throwing rather bridal shower. So basically the hookahs turn up at the bridal shower and start stripping off, and they've got vibrators and whips and all sorts. Needless to say, all the women at the party are more than a bit shocked, shall we say. But there's lots of hilarious moments in this film, because these friends are really quite loud and over the top and quite wacky and stuff. And there's one of his friends in particular who just flies in at the last minute for the party. His wife's just broken up with him, and he's a bit of a mess, and he's on drugs as well. And he's particularly funny in this film, because there's a bit where Tom Hanks and his friends leave the hotel room where they're going to have the party, and they leave him by himself because he doesn't want to come with them. He said he wants to be by himself for a bit. And while they're away, he has several attempts to try and commit suicide. And when they come back, they catch him with his head in the bath full of water, and Tom Hanks pulls the plug out, and just saving him in time. And then he tries to slash his wrists with an electric shaver. So there's lots of like really funny bits and pieces like that in the film, you know. And I was gonna say, anyway, the transfer on this film is excellent. In fact, it's a very impressive transfer indeed. It's really bright and colourful and detailed. It's pretty much pretty sharp throughout most of the film. There's hardly any soft scenes at all. I was well impressed with this transfer, and the sound is not Dolby Digital. It's DTS HD Master Audio 1.0, so it's in mono, but the sound was really clear, and it didn't get too loud or anything. The music was really sounded good and everything, even though it was mono. Sounded fine, you know. I was well impressed with the sound and the picture quality on this. And there is a few extras on this Blu Ray, and this is the UK version, by the way. It's put out by Fabulous Films. There's a few extras, but I've only watched a couple of them, and most, well, if not all of them, are like old ones, like what they put out when the film first came out. And there's like an interview with Tom Hanks, some interviews with Tom Hanks, and some behind the scenes footage, the usual type stuff, and a theatrical trailer and what have you. But so the special features aren't that great, to be honest, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Now I've since learned, I checked on the Internet Movie Database last night, and unfortunately, some of the cast from this film have since passed away. There's 4 actors that I know of in this film who have passed away. The actors that played Debbie's parents, Tom Hanks' girlfriend's parents, they've both passed away. And the guy that played Tom Hanks' brother, who's a doctor in the film, he's passed away as well. And also the woman that played Tom Hanks' brother's wife, who was also a doctor in the film, she's passed away, and she was only 47 years old. So I don't know what happened to her. I'll have to check that up probably. So that's sad news. I just thought I'd let you know in case you didn't know. But obviously, I'm not sure if this was Tom Hanks' first film. He might have done some other. I think he did some other stuff before this actually. I did read somewhere that said this was his like a debut performance, like a great debut performance. But I don't think it was his debut performance. Maybe in a big cinema film, maybe. I'm not sure though. I'm not 100% sure on that. And this is new, to my knowledge, this is new cover artwork. I've got the DVD as well, but I forgot to get it. It's got the DVD's got the original artwork on the front, and I actually prefer the original artwork, to be honest. But this is not a bad cover. I don't know where they got this picture of Tom Hanks from, because he doesn't really appear looking like that in the film at any point. So I'm not sure where they got that from. But it's not a bad cover anyway. It's the same as the American version, the cover as well, but I'm not sure if it's the same transfer. Probably is. I think it's on 20th Century Fox in America, because the film was released by 20th Century Fox when it first came out. It's got the 20th Century Fox logo on it on the start of the film and stuff. And there's a few decent songs on this film. Well, there's one song by Wang Chung, Dance Hall Days, that's on here. It's been in a few films, that though. But I suppose not all the songs are that great really, but that's a good song by Wang Chung. What else? Oh yeah, the film also stars Adrian Zamed, who's perhaps most famous for starring in the T.J. Hooker TV series with William Shatner. He played his partner in that show, I believe. A while back, it was 1980. Yeah, actually, I think it was around the same time as this film was made. Maybe he made T.J. Hooker just after this, or was it just before? I'm not sure. Somewhere around that time, anyway. But I'll just show you the disc inside, which has pretty much got the same picture on without the background shot on it. So, and you don't get these little these little cards you used to get with the chapter selections on. You don't often get them these days. They stopped producing them for some reason. Maybe they found people weren't really using them and stuff. Not really sure, to be honest. But the film's really good, and the performance by Tom Hanks is a really likable performance he puts in there. You really enjoy his performance, and you quite like his character in the film. At least I did anyway. And some of the other characters are I suppose some of them are a little bit annoying, some of them, but it's just the type of characters they're portraying, It's sort of loud and in your face type, riotous type characters, that like to party and get drunk and have loads of strippers and stuff and what have you. And there's also a scene where they get a donkey and they take it to the bachelor party, and the donkey ends up consuming some drugs which are left on the table, and it also snorts some cocaine You don't see that too often in films, do you? Yeah, that was interesting. It's funny as well. And there's also an Indian. Is he Pakistani or Indian? He's like a pimp. One of the guys hires some of the strippers or hookahs off him or something. I think that hookahs. There's a dancing stripper at the party as well with the donkey. I'm not sure if the donkey belongs to her or not, but she dances round the donkey. So, but it's a really enjoyable film, and like I say, the transfer is first rate. So this is definitely worth getting a hold of and adding to your Blu Ray collection. That's for sure. And like I say, I watched it on the big screen and it looked absolutely great. So I was well impressed with it. Can't really fault it. The picture quality transfer or anything. Can't fault it at all. So that's pretty much my review of this one. So as usual, if you've enjoyed this video or this review, could you please give us a thumbs up? But if you didn't enjoy it, don't forget to give us a thumbs down. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. And hit the notification button if you'd like to be notified when I upload new videos. And also, if you've got anything to say, don't hesitate to leave a comment and ask us anything you like. Anything you like, just put in a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So thanks very much for watching this video, everyone, and I shall catch you on the next one as usual. So did I show you the back cover? There's the back cover just before I go. And that's the original artwork that was on the front of the DVD. Although it's that must be the film poster, because up to this point was on the DVD cover. That bit was chopped off. You never saw that, like the rest of the legs here, the girl's legs. But anyway, that's what the original cover looked like. So thanks very much for watching, everyone, and I shall catch you on the next video. So bye for now.